has to swim a little bit more wisely tomorrow in the final.
She'll be talking to her coach about that for tomorrow night and just laying it all on the line because this is her big event. She's had the 100. Her big event is the event she's in tomorrow night. Okay, now this is the event I've really been looking forward to. All of them I have, but particularly this one, 200 breaststroke. And we saw an absolutely superb swim by Chubkov this morning where I looked at the clock and I thought, is that really real? Well, it was really real because he was at 2:07 and nobody was anywhere near 2:07. So, has he blown himself out for the morning or has he got loads more tonight? We'll discover that in the second semi-final. This one, though, has a certain Scotsman who's going to get introduced after Kirill Prigada. So there might be a little bit of noise for the local boy. And there is.
There you have it.
Matty Matson, who was leading for a long part of his heat this morning.
Yeah, Matson was a World Championship bronze medalist 5 years ago in Barcelona. But at the time, he had a very strong last 50 meters. This time in Glasgow, in the heat, he was very strong over the first 50 meters.
Well, there's the tail of the tape. Watanabe with that world record. Chubkov with the European record.
Only those two under 2:07 in the history.
Ross Murdoch. By the way, happy birthday, Michael Jameson. It's Michael's birthday today. We won't need to be reminded about what happened 4 years ago in this very pool when that man beat him to the gold in this event. Scots were happy because they had two medalists, but I don't think Michael was particularly happy to be beaten. He is a Glaswegian. So Murdoch and Prigada are off to a relatively similar start. And in terms of getting up and into the water, it's the man in lane 4 from Russia who is coming up earliest and setting the early pace at 35.
Kirill Prigada finishing 4th in the 100 meters, winning the short course title in 200 meters last year.
Well, it's half a second under European record split here, 29.07. Don't take that into account too much. It's early stages.
No, because when Chubkov said that European record last year at the Budapest World Championships, he had an amazing last 50 meters. Very, very characteristic of Chubkov.
Oh, look at the way that the Russian's looking in 4, though. He's looking very good glide. Look at that. That's Jameson-like to me. That lovely glide where basically virtually not touching the surface, and he is 0.62 inside European record pace. Do you want to re-evaluate your statement from just now?
No, not yet.
Okay. I'll tell you
anyway,
what.
101.6, very strong first 100 meters.
Well, he's not holding back, and the others are probably thinking, I'm not swimming terribly well here, but they're swimming okay. It's just he is swimming out of his skin. Now has he got enough in the last 50?
Look at Ross Murdoch approaching.
Look at that red line. Look at that red line. Look at that red line. Still inside European record pace by 0.2 of a second.
Okay, and this is Chubkov time, the final 50 meters. And this is where it's going to hurt for Prigada, and this is where Murdoch has a chance to catch up with the Russian. 25 meters to go.
So it's going to be Prigada against Murdoch. Here comes Ross Murdoch. He so wants to win a race in front of his home crowd. You know where he's getting closer. He's getting closer. He's edging closer. Murdoch's coming past. He may well win this. Ross Murdoch will win it. 2:08.57. Prigada just kind of the wheels fell off a little bit in that last 50. Murdoch feels retribution because he missed out on the 100, not because he swam badly, it's just that two Brits swam better. But Ross Murdoch is into that final with a 2:08.57, and he will think he can get down to the 2:07s, and he can. Prigada in second, Kaminger in third, and Sedlauskas of Lithuania finishing in fourth.
So the 200 meters breaststroke is a very, very tricky one. If you lead at 150 and you're in European or world record pace, you absolutely cannot be sure that you will not miss out by 1.5 seconds.
Well, he was 0.2 inside European record pace, and then